Hey there guys, so today we're going to be building the Boogeyman. Make sure you check out the description below, which has a list of all the tools, materials, alternative elements which could be used to swap out for this piece, as well as any other elements which could connect to it in some way. Starting out by digging the holes for the Boogeyman here, tapering off towards the end. We've got a strong metal structure forming the neck and the arms, and then from that just laying them all down in sequence, changing the diameter of each one as they go along so it makes it a bit more interesting. You want to dig the holes about half the diameter of one of those tyres. We're just throwing a whole lot of dirt and soil inside those tyres, make them nice and compact, stomp it down really hard, get a lot of water in there as well, that'll compact all the soil to make it nice and solid. You want to do this in sequence so that you've got one tyre going in, put a bit of soil in, line them all up so your large truck tyres into your car tyres, making the neck or whatever it is you're working on. You just want to have a lot of people helping out with this one. Just cutting up a head for this dragon or Boogeyman. A lot of this is going to be trial and error, and I think that's something that you've got to remember when you're making these things, that use your common sense and talk to as many local builders as you can. You can experiment with things, you can have fun, play around with it. Using that steel radial inner, we're going to use that to hold the mouth in place of this big dragon. As we're going further into the tail of this Boogeyman or dragon, we're just doing it piece by piece. So you get one tyre, dug the general space where we want the tyres to be sitting in, placing all the tyres in one at a time so we know where they're going to sit and what sort of order we want them. To do that you want a nice flat surface so you don't have any of these tyres getting all on weird angles, and which can become a place where feet can get caught in. So as we're putting in each new tyre, we're digging the hole to see where it's going to sit, and then placing the tyre in there and moving along to the next one, bolting them through as we go along as well, and using those nice wide washers. So I've dug the holes for the hands of this Boogeyman there. Now you can play around with what sort of materials you're working with here. We've gone with metal because it's a lot of weight pulling down on that metal. So we've welded these pieces of metal together, really reinforce them so they're not going to move anywhere, and using fairly thick gauge pipe on that one as well. So we're digging about 30 or 40 centimeters deep where those hands are going to sit. Then right down the bottom we're putting in a little bit of cement, fixing those hands where they're supposed to be, filling in with more cement, and then a layer of dirt on top. This is an old base plate we were using that just happens to fit perfectly. To keep your Boogeyman's mouth from becoming a garbage bin, just to use plate to cover it all up like we've got here. Here's the mouth of our Boogeyman. We've given him nice sharp teeth there. These are just the side walls of tyres, so there's no metal in them. It's just all rubber and can't do any harm at all. So we used a metal frame to hold the car tyres in place. It's been thrown into the ground there, going from the top right down deep into the ground on an angle. All these tyres in the Boogeyman have been bolted together, and that also means that they'll be impossible to rip out. You want to make sure you've got mozzie holes drilled in all of the places that you could have water pooling. Drill a hole just to be safe. So this design, as well as all of our designs, are made to be used in conjunction with the free safety handbook, which is available from the website. It's just down there.
Hey, what did you think of the video? Please let us know down below in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see more of what Patrick's doing in India. You can go and visit playgroundideas.org, which has 150 designs and all the resources that you need to build an awesome playground. And lastly, we've got a ton more videos to watch, so check them out here.